Welcome back to my channel. This is a quick read for the month of February 2023, and this will be for Pisces. And this is the major card layout that I'll go through, and then there's clarifiers below here also. So again, I just want to reiterate, this is not going to speak to everybody. It's just a general read. It does give some insight as to the energies that you'll be working with for the month of February, but it also is not a prediction. Predictions, I feel, are a lot more firm with the belief systems and all of that sort of backing those movements, but this is more energy that is surrounding you that you can take advantage of and work to your favor. So what I'm seeing here, in short, is a lot of positive cards, but there is going to be some kind of communication toward the end of the month that might be less favorable. We're looking at the Four of Wands as well as the Nine of Pentacles. These are the main energies, as well as the Magician, and then we've got the Queen of Wands as well as the Seven of Wands, and then clarified by the Eight of Wands as well as the Four of Cups. But the clarifiers for the Magician is the Page of Wands, and then we also have the Nine of Pentacles with the Four of Cups, and then we've got the Four of Wands with the clarifier of the Three of Wands. So first off, when I see the 4 and the 3, there is a progression there, but it's almost like I'm at a place where I'm already fairly, firm and comfortable and successful. Again, I'll flesh this out. This is just the general surmise of the energy first. I'm in a pretty good state where I am right now, but I am about ready to, move into a different direction, or at least to advance in a particular direction that I'm already established in. I do feel like you're in a place of, first off, I will also throw in there too, there is some kind of event I feel that's going to be taking place in the month of March that would be, something favorable, community, that kind of thing, friends, family around you. There's some kind of an outing or something that is going to be, that you're going to be connected with, that's, as they say, some kind of a celebration of some sort. But family, I do feel, is a part of that connection. What I'm also seeing in terms of career aspects, though, I do feel like you're sort of on a career path here, is most of the energy for this read. I do see with the Three of Wands that you are looking off in another direction. I think you're looking back in the past. You're trying to figure out, how to establish yourself in, in something that you're doing, but something you're doing may still be drawing your attention, but it's almost like you're trying to move in a different direction. Somehow that has disappointed you in some way, so you have to add something to the mix here with the Magician. The Nine of Pentacles tells me that there is a certain level of security that you're already in, but I feel like you're also very disappointed with the level of security that you've achieved at this point. I do see that with the Magician, you're in a place of utilizing all your skills. You do have a very strong skill set to be in this place of, fairly well-established kind of energy and quite successful. You've already reached a certain level of achievement, but with the Magician card, you do have all this skill set that you have a good foundation with, but it's almost like with the Page of Wands, you're not really feeling like you are at the level that you should be. So I feel like you feel a little bit, maybe you're starting something new and it just feels like it's a bit of a downgrade, but there's something along that energy there as well. With the Queen of Wands, I feel like you are somebody who is fairly charismatic, can draw attention to yourself, and you definitely have the ability to do that this month. But there is also a very strong intellectual component to your well-being, or at least as a part of your makeup. You are somebody who really requires a lot of mental thought to be able to, move off in whatever direction that is relevant. But it does feel like whatever the directions are that you're moving out in will require a lot of forethought, a lot of review and balance, and certainly it's got to be something that is still a considerable upgrade. It has to be something that you are you're not really interested in the downgrade here or starting something new. You want to continue to build on whatever it is that you're doing, and it's got to be something that's fairly what's the word I'm looking for? Something that is respect, earns respect or gets some notoriety with it. It doesn't feel like you'll be comfortable in something that's just a low level position, something along that line. I also have the cards of the Seven of Wands, and I said with the Eight of Wands, it feels like there's some disappointing news that that's coming in at the end of the month, that maybe you were hoping for something to be a little bit more favorable, but as they say, it just feels like it's coming in pretty rapid here. You're a little defensive, a little excited. There's a little bit of maybe anger or some kind of intensity around whatever this information is that's coming in, but it is leading you to feel a little bit disappointed in whatever the result is. So maybe something is getting pushed further out. Maybe this is you not getting, you're not hearing the answer that you want fast enough. So maybe there is some level of, here's communication, but it's, it's not communication that's going to tell you something's coming in rapidly. It's communication that's telling you you're going to have to wait. There's something that's not quite, aligned yet. With that Four of Cups, there's some disappointment, missed opportunity, or something like that that goes with that card. So now we'll just kind of flesh it out a little bit more, just to get right into the details of each card. So, I mean, looking at the Four of Wands, of course, the Four of Wands is a card of a fair amount of stability, like I said. I mean, you're really in a place where you have a certain level of security. It's paired up here with the Nine of Pentacles. So I don't feel like you are, your decisions this month are going to be made from a place of urgency or insecurity, anything like that. It just feels like you are already in a fairly secure place, but you are having to, you're ready to move in a different direction. There's a lot of cards of, like I say, really wanting independence, really want to be working like by yourself or independently, or in your own business, that kind of thing. Those combinations to me stand out with that. The Magician is somebody who really is trying to make something happen here. You're not wanting to accept the status quo. You're really trying to build something up further than what it is right now. And like I said, whatever the information is that's coming in is a little bit disappointing here at the end, but it's not a major setback. It's just, it's just a little slow down sort of scenario there. But anyway, with the Magician, as I say, this is somebody who really has the ability to communicate effectively, especially when I see the Ace of Swords here. Somebody who's really thought-provoking, somebody who likes to take the time to communicate effectively. Like I said, this is a really skilled leader as well with that Queen of Wands. This is definitely somebody who has the idea that, knowledge is power. That's kind of their mentality. I believe that you have faith in your abilities here. This is really strong combination, like I said. And I do feel like you are really interested in exploring your deepest desires, your deepest, the things that really, you're not just willing to do a job. You really want to do something that is going to, build you up and really have you, challenge you in some way, especially with these cards here. And I feel like you might be a little under challenged in some regard here this month as well. But I do feel like I say you have the ability to draw things to you for sure with that Magician energy, and you know how to incorporate things. It's definitely about somebody seeing problems before they sort of happen, and it has the ability to kind of, mitigate issues that might become problematic down the road, because this is really somebody who has an enlightened path. The Magician is somebody who is, really has that power to make things happen. And it is someone who has knowledge of the metaphysical. So whether they're fully aware of it or not, it is still a power that allows them to change their life. And they do have the action and the knowledge base, like I say, in so many of the cards here, to make those things happen. Really, really strong cards of, I can do what I set my mind to do. But again, with that energy of the Page of Wands, still feeling like you're undercutting yourself in some way. You're just not getting something out of a situation that you had expected to get. Because the pages are still about, starting off something new. And I feel like with all this strong energy above here, that's not really where you are, and that's not a level that you are willing to entertain, I guess, at this time. That Page of Wands is still an energy of, financial things can improve here for sure. But again, it's just not going to be in this month yet. I just feel in the month of February, Sorry, and this was for February. I think I threw out March in there, but I think for the month of February, again, there's some kind of a gathering around family or community or connections anyway, but still feels like family is involved here. But again, with that Page of Wands, it is still an energy that, you can, you are somebody who can get recognition for the work that you do. It's just like I say, I just feel like you're a little under, what's the word I'm looking for? Just a little undercut, like you're just not getting what you want in a situation here. So anyway, we'll skip on past that. As I say, I do feel like things will eventually improve here as we go further out. A lot of the cards are still in kind of, you're still manifesting something, you're still working on something here. As I say, there's so many wands here, so there's a lot of growth that's going to take place, that's kind of in the realm of, you're still working on the manifestations, you're still working on the details, is what I would say here, but you have a strong desire to move something ahead, strong desire to take action. And I think you are taking action, or you've attempted to make something here, because you're waiting on some kind of information that didn't quite pan out yet. But as I say, the energy of the cards are still about everything kind of moving in the right direction anyway. And again, the path, I feel, is one of, it might be a little slower moving, because it is a card. These cards are all about, you are somebody who, you're sitting at a 9 of Pentacles right now. So, and again, you got pulled back a little bit here with something. So I feel like you are, whatever it is that you're looking for, it still has to bring a certain level of challenge, enable for you, like I said, to really appreciate the benefit of it. Especially too, again, with that 9 of Pentacles next to the 4 of Cups. I mean, this is a bit of a letdown, but there's still a period of contemplation. Could be a little bit of a letdown in terms of a child situation here, or you're looking back at the past here in some way. Usually the 6 of Cups stands out for me on that level, but because of what the boy is looking into, there's a lot of reflection into self at this time. And I feel like there is something there that from the past that you're seeking stability from. So again, when I go from the 7 right to the 8 of Wands, and again, we've got 4 of Wands, 3 of Wands, there's like a huge number of cards of action and drive and ambition. This is somebody, this is you that is very, you're really on looking for some kind of real success in something. And I feel like you will have it pay off here down the road, because there's, you've got some milestones that you kind of have to work through to get to that achievement. But for sure, it is really strong, energetic, enterprising kind of energy here. So again, 3 of Wands, that 3 of Wands, like the 4, the 3 of 4, and the 7 and the 8, like, as I say, these are all, I'm already grounded and I'm moving myself ahead. I am committed to my goal. I'm committed to my relationships. I'm committed to, whatever moves I have to take to get to the other side, basically, is what I would say here. I feel like you're strongly, what's the word? Protective over family as well. And I feel like you have some really dynamic cards that help you to feel safe and secure, because you have strong connections to family and friends. I feel like you are entering another stage of your profession, or you're building on the existing, but I don't know how you're somehow going off into this new direction, but there is something more challenging here up ahead. So you're breaking through to another aspect of this profession, but it's still somehow connected to the framework of the original. But either way, like I said, a lot of strong, energetic, stable, secure energy here. And again, even when we get to the 7, I mean, this is you wanting to strike out on your own. This is you not wanting to work for somebody else. I think ultimately you want to be fairly independent if you are working for other people, or for those of you, as I say, that have, you know, businesses, it feels like you enjoy that kind of work. You don't like to be challenged. You like to meet your challenges, but you also want to make sure it's something that is a triumph that, you know, you yourself, you know, are aware of. Like, it's cards of conviction and strength, and there's a lot of judgment and decision making that is kind of all a part of this process here. But it's very strong entrepreneurial, self-employed kind of self-actualization kind of energy here for me. So in terms of a relationship, I feel like there is some disappointments here that could be a part of the picture here, like as far as a long-term, I mean, you do have strong connections to family and friends, but there's some kind of a letdown maybe here in the month of February. Somebody's disappointing you here. Or you feel like you're operating alone, maybe is a better way of putting it. You feel like you're operating alone, even if you do have all these connections to community and family, but you're still feeling like you're operating quite independently on your own here. And I feel like there's also, you know, because you're still in this period of manifestation, I feel like it's a period of, you know, looking at, I mean, there's, even with this card here with the 7 and 8s, you know, these are still cards of even martial arts and those kinds of things coming through, Tai Chi, yoga, all of that. But I feel like your beliefs are being a little bit challenged or tested at this time as well. And I just feel like somebody's opinion might differ from yours, and that is also a bit of a letdown here for others. The 8 of Wands is still a card of, not the main energy, but it's a period of, you know, where you might have been feeling a little more stagnant. And there's a lot of creativity in this reading, a lot of wanting to broaden your horizons, do something quickly. You know, you want to be able to reach some form of some kind of goal that, you know, you're putting the energy out for. It's just a lot of cards of some irritations that are kind of coming up here. Like I said, they're still small. They're not the major arcana cards, but it's still kind of day-to-day irritations of people resisting something that you're saying or something along that line. Again, in terms of any kind of physical issues, I would say this is rapid recovery from all of those things, because there's a lot of physical activity going on in this month for you. And I do still feel like, you know, you're still steadily moving ahead. As I say, strong, ambitious period for you. And so, but there's a lot of creative energy. So a lot of ideas that you've already been working on. I feel you've already been working on. It's not like brand new idea coming in for the month of February. I feel like you've already been working on this long kind of battle, and you're very persistent, and there's a lot of endurance required for what you're trying to do. I think you just have to kind of be a little more patient in this next short while, because it is still, like I said, there's a lot of cards of effort going out, and because there's a miscommunication or some kind of minor setback here, I feel like that's just a little test of your resilience. And so, you know, if you pass the test, you just keep going, right? You're learning something new here. You know, you're quite sure of what you believe in, and it's a little bit more of a fatiguing kind of energy that you might be moving into by pushing ahead this hard. But either way, like I said, I still feel like the results are that you're still positively, energetically, very intensely energized to go off in a new direction. You don't want to waste your physical energy here, though. But I feel like you do have some real strong clarity on the way in which you're moving forward. Anyway, when we get to that Ace of Swords, again, that is a card of, for sure, starting out with a clear idea of, you know, who you are. I don't feel like you are questioning who you are so much as you're in a place of, I want to do something that's challenging me. You know, whether this is in terms of, I feel like it's self-challenge is what you're looking for here, but again, it's definitely an idea of some sort that will be clarifying, you know, how you're moving forward in this Queen of Wands sort of, because Queen of Wands to me is more of a passive energy. So again, it's still about you kind of in a space of anxious to move, ready to move ahead, lots of ideas, lots of, things kind of swirling around in your head here at this time. But again, with the Queen of Wands, it's more like collecting all the stuff I need to do to be able to make something happen. And you do have that willpower, and you do have that courage, and you do have the intellect, the power, the energy. All of that is coming through this month. And I feel like you're just cutting through anything, these layers of anything that might be standing in your way, or breaking your stride, that kind of thing, because there's a lot of passion in this read as well. A lot of very passionate kind of energy as well coming through here. And I feel like you are in a place of, you're in a very strong-minded place this month. But as I say, I feel like you might be a little disappointed with something, because it seems like there's some kind of communication or something that kind of sets things off here. But there is a breakthrough new idea that's coming in here that's going to help you to really pierce the energy ahead, right? So that you can actually make something happen in the next, probably March is what would be happening there. But this is about, all the things, even in terms of relationships, intense sexual encounter, all of that kind of comes through. I do feel like you have, again, I'm not really sure what this energy is here that's disappointing you, whatever this problem is or something, but again, it feels like it's a miscommunication, or somebody's challenging you on something, and it's causing a little bit of pressure for you here. But either way, they're all small, minor arcana, as I mentioned. So I feel like you're going to be able to overcome the obstacles this month. So I will maybe just go through the last couple of cards there with the Four of Cups. Four, you're trying to regain some kind of balance emotionally. So it feels like you've been sort of emotionally, some level of disappointment there. Again, whether you feel like you've missed an opportunity, let down in your finances. Again, there's just a little bit of self-pity or discontent going on there, and it's definitely, just puts you in a little bit of a reflective space where you're really just pulling back for a little bit before kind of moving ahead with this strong drive. But I feel like you just, as I say, were a little disappointed in some kind of financial thing that you were working on, or lifestyle that you were trying to promote for yourself. But I do feel like you're trying to build on that same, sense of income. You're trying to reevaluate things in this period with that Four of Cups, because I feel like emotionally you were starting to feel a little uncertainty, in yourself. And it also feels like you just needed to, I don't want to say that you're feeling like a lost soul, but there's a moment of you feeling like you're a little bit lost. And you need to kind of reevaluate your life and all of those things, just to uncover some of the possibilities before you move forward. So that's really what I would say is the main energy for this month. Hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight, Pisces. So keep moving forward, never give up. And just remember, you're in strong manifestation mode with the Magician. And this is really going to empower you and really allow relationships to flourish. This is about, thinking of your old skills and drumming things up in a new way, and really finding something that you're challenged by. You are really moving into an energy of something that you're really going to enjoy to do. Like there's synchronicities that kind of come in with this kind of energy with the Magician. This is, really strong energy of clearing problems up and knowing how to clear that up, how to get the answers to your questions, that kind of thing. So like I say, the Magician is somebody who has the power to draw things to you. So just remember who you are and know that you will get there. This energy that you're in right now is you stirring up a whole bunch of ideas to be able to strongly challenge the next stage of your life. Anyway, that's what I have for you for the month of February. Take care, Pisces.